Hello friends, welcome. In this video, I will discuss the zigzag maneuver which is carried out during the ship trials. Let's get started. Zigzag test is one of the tests which is carried out during the ship trials. It is done to check the yaw checking ability of the ship. Basically, I want to know that how fast will my ship respond to the rudder if it's already turning. A navigator is always interested in if the ship has already started turning and if I give a counter rudder, how much overshoot will take place and how much time will it take before I'll be able to neutralize the rate of turn. Thus, yaw checking ability is a measure of the response to counter rudder, the overshoot angle and the overshoot time, and measure of the ability to initiate and check course changes. There are two kinds of zigzag test. One is called 10 by 10 degrees and 20 by 20 degrees. These angles are the measure of the rudder angle which is given on the either side. Let's go through the 10 by 10 zigzag test to understand it better. So in this test, the rudder will be turned alternatively by 10 degree to let's say starboard side first. And then after there is a heading deviation of 10 degrees, I would give the counter rudder of 10 degrees. And here is the measure of the zigzag test. If you see on the y-axis, there is helm angle from 0 to 10 degrees, both sides, on the positive side, port side, and the negative side, starboard side. And also there is course angle from 0 to 12 degrees on either sides of the x-axis. And along the x-axis, you'll find how much time has elapsed. So the test begins when the ship is proceeding on a steady course. And then the first execute of 10 degrees is given to port. The dashed line on the graph indicates the helm angle and the solid line indicates the course angle. As you can see, with the start of this test, the rudder is put 10 degrees to port. And with that, the course has started altering to port. And once the point number 3, when the course has changed by 10 degrees, the helm angle is reversed on the starboard side. And as you can see, the course continues to change until point 4, where the rate of turn is now 0. And after this point, because of the counter helm, it starts going to the starboard side now. And now helm is maintained on the starboard side until the course becomes again 10 degrees on the starboard side from the original course. And once this deviation of course on the starboard side by 10 degrees has happened, again a counter helm is given on the port side to 10 degree. And from point A, a counter rudder is given 10 degrees to port again, causing the ship to come back to port and bring back to the original course. The zigzag 10 degree by 10 degree test is completed with this, and we have the timings and how much overshoot has taken place during this time. Now let's go through a bit of theory regarding the same. To start the test, the rudder was put over 10 degrees to port. That was the first execute. When the heading changed 10 degrees off from the original course, the rudder was reversed to 10 degrees to starboard, and that was the second execute. Then the vessel obviously continued turning to port because of the last execute until the rate of turn became 0 at point 4, and then it slowly started turning to starboard side. The ship then starts to come back to its original course and then goes to the starboard side by 10 degrees. And right at that moment, the third execute is given, which is again giving 10 degrees of rudder to port. And this execute will give us the second overshoot angle. Now here are some recommendations of the IMO. The value of first overshoot angle of the 10 by 10 degrees zigzag test should not exceed 10 degrees if the L by V is less than 10 seconds. L stands for length of the vessel and V is the speed of that ship in meter per second. The recommendation for the first overshoot and second overshoot is given. Second overshoot is higher than the first overshoot, and this is because during the second overshoot, the rudder spent more time on the counter side, thus taking the rate of turn of the ship to a greater degree during the second overshoot. The 20 degree by 20 degree zigzag test is performed using the same procedure, using 20 degree rudder angle and 20 degree change of heading, instead of 10 degree rudder angle and 10 degree of the heading change respectively. As per the IMO recommendation, the value of the first overshoot angle in the 20 degree by 20 degree zigzag test should not exceed 25 degrees. I hope this was a useful video for you. If you have any feedback, suggestion or comment, then please do write down below. All the best for your exams, and as always, thank you for watching.